Howdy everybody, and welcome to, Infinity Blade 2. I don't know if you guys know of this game. It released, in the year 2011. And, it's a game that I was a very big fan of when it released. It was a mobile game. I guess you could technically say it is. But still, somebody recently, and by recently I mean within the last month, has, ported it over to PC. I thought I'd do just a little bit of coverage on the game. Basically, it's a touchscreen game. We're gonna see if I have the game configured correctly. Basically, they let you keybind things. So I'm right now playing on Steam Deck, and I'm kind of showing it off. It runs at a very smooth 60 FPS. Actually, it has been upscaled and improved graphics-wise, and overall, it's a very wonderful game to begin with. But it's a kind of hack and slash RPG. You'll see when we get into this first battle. Basically, it's this. It's like a choose your own path adventure game where like you'll be usually greeted with a combat and then an area to look around by scrolling the screen around and then collecting some things. For example, we have to fight the Horn Chieftain. I'm level 19, he's level 24. Let's get to it, shall we? So the basic combat is you parry or block or dodge until you set the enemy up for some sort of break and can punish them. And as you can see, I am very strong right now. Let me know if the audio is too loud, because I have a feeling it might be. You can see there's a fast forward button down at the bottom. Most things in this game can be fast forwarded. It's a very good game. Let me get into... Basically, I don't know who exactly. We don't know who exactly. Apparently it was somebody anonymous who ported this game. At least as far as I'm aware, the Reddit post said that. At least I'm going to leave a link to the Reddit post in the description. It shows where you can get this game, and it runs on pretty much any computer type, at least. I'm running on Steam Deck, which means it's Linux running it through Proton, and it runs just fine. Perfectly fine, honestly. It's wonderful. Alright, so we killed the guy, and then all of a sudden, look, we can have... Circles mean it's somewhere we can go to progress. Triangles mean chests. So we'll just go over and collect this, shall we? $2,000. Oh, doggy. Oh, boy. Alright. Let's go ahead and look. You can see we have $11,000. This is my gear. This is... You have light weapons, heavy weapons, and dual weapons. Light weapons are sword and shield. Heavy weapons are two-handed weapons. Sword and shield are dual-wielded weapons. Sword and shield you can block and parry and dodge. Hammer you can parry and block, and then dual swords you can, I guess you can parry and dodge, and that's it. Shield affects, you know, how much you can block. Right now it has 28, so attacks can take anywhere from like 1 to 10 block or something, I don't know, something like that. And then you've got a helmet, and you've got armor, and a ring. Ring gives you magic. In this case, I'm running heal and shield. And then there's a bunch of items you can buy in the game, which don't really matter for what we're doing right now. And then you've got 4 stats: health, attack, shield, and magic. Health very clearly is how much health you have. Let's see, attack is how much damage you deal per swing. Heavy weapons deal, or every weapon deals basically its exact listed damage until you do a combo strike with it. And in the case of heavy weapons, it does double. Alright, so basically you'll see... Man, this game looks very nice now, honestly, I gotta say. As we walk through here, though, you might be able to see... Really, we got, like, the one version of this that doesn't have anything sitting around. We'll go ahead and click next, and we'll fight. Apparently this thing. You see there's a little fast-forward button there. This is the kind of enemy, most of its attacks, you kind of just have to block. And as you can see, if you mistime a block, don't have it perfect, and the enemy has elements, then you're going to take a little bit of chip damage through your block. That's okay. Yeah. There we go. And we win. In the very early game of this game, basically base NG, just what I'm on, base new game cycle. You're going to be way outscaled, or you're going to way outscale the enemy. Hey, that's a new shield. Would you look at that? Very nice. Like, to the degree of, it really shouldn't be too bad, but there's a lot of, whenever you level up, by the way, you get 2 stats, and whenever you master a piece of gear, you get another stat point. But basically, you're going to be really strong. I'm trying to get some more block, because I kind of need it for the boss that I'm on. Let's see. So you can see these kind of bags of money, and there's a few other interactables you'll probably see as we go about. This requires a small key. But yeah, basically, I think I'm going to do like one run through of this to the boss, win or lose. We'll take probably the shortest path. But this is the basic rundown of the game. There's a few different, like, genres of enemy, types of enemy, classes, you might say. Oops. Fast forwarding past all the money and potions and stuff. I don't really need that potion anyway. There's a little bit of money here. Oh, then we can fight him. I don't know if any of you guys have played this game, but definitely worth checking out. Well, first of all, it's free. Anyway. Oops. Oh, I had to rebind my controls right before I recorded. And these are now, my controls are now backwards, partially. I think he's probably just going to die to poison damage. Oh, yeah. You get a finishing bonus of extra, of just a little bit of bonus XP. It's really not much, but it feels nice to beat up on the enemy. You know? We'll go ahead. We probably have enough for a medium key, so we'll buy one. You'll find that in this game, money usually isn't that big of an issue unless you're going for, like, the really expensive stuff. Elith. So we spent, like, $15,000, but we got a shield. And you'll see it was worth 41,000. That's pretty good. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and swap to that before I forget. I'm just gonna rush through the rest of this. Collect a little bit of money, but probably not much. Because right now, I'm just kind of trying to showcase the game. I see. That didn't count. And you see that's where I've swapped my controls. Oh no. Okay, there we go. I right now have a gem that says if you perfect block, oops, or perfect parry, you end up doing like 300 damage to the enemy. So basically I get a free hit in every time I perfect parry. There is the Granite Hammer mastered, and we're just going to go a little bit more attack. You'll find typically going attack is very good in this game. And for the time being, I'm probably going to, well, we'll just stay with the gear that we have this time through. How about that? Keep it simple, right? This money. Basically, the story of this goes, there are 3 defenders of a super important lock that leads to somebody being trapped, and we are working to free that person. That is basically the goal. And so far, I've beaten 2. I'm on the 3rd one, which is typically the hardest. Minus the fact that there is there's a final boss at the end of it, but that's okay. Yeah, there's that bonus damage for perfect parrying, by the way. Don't know why I blocked that direction. There we go. As you can see, we're pretty strong right now. Oh, so the other thing is you level up by gaining XP, but you only gain XP for things that haven't been mastered. So it encourages you to, you know, try out new stuff constantly. I will say this port is mostly without bug, but every now and then, I think I've had it happen twice now in the like 4 or 5 hours I've played. But every now and then, when you're fighting somebody, it'll break, and the camera will go wonky, and then the battle just refuses to continue. If that happens, you kind of just have to restart the game. You'll find that typically... There you go. Hold on 1 second. Oh, hello. I'm back. My wife walked in and I lost my train of thought. Unfortunate, but it happens. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll just get some more health. I think leveling health and attack are typically the only things you need. I've leveled a bit of block, but that's just because I got way overwhelmed by this boss. A little bit of money. Honestly, there hasn't been much loot to click on this time. Which is fine by me, but... Oh, that's what it was I was going to say. Okay. Sword attacks and stuff can always be parried and blocked. Melee attacks that are like kicks and bashes and things typically have to be blocked if you're using a heavy weapon, or they can be dodged, you know, if you're using a light or dual. I'm gonna take still actually. The guy that I'm about to go fight takes like 5 block per hit is why I'm leveling block, and I lost to him last time because I only had 2. Okay. If you don't know, this game is by the people who did Fortnite, which I think is interesting. I have no idea what I'm doing against this guy. There we go. That should not have been that difficult, but that's okay. The 2 things I haven't shown off are magic, really, which I told you I have, and supers. Supers are just really high damage effects that usually lead to an instant break on an enemy. Got a full heal right before this battle. Yeah, there's usually a potion there too. Would you look at that? So the MX Goliath. This is who I've got to fight. Not much else to say about it. We can just get into it. Magic has 2 ways of being cast. With the port, you can either insta-cast, or you can, like, touch screen draw in the spell you want to do.
And you there, killer? You don't look like a great warrior.
Apparently so. You're human. You shouldn't serve them. You should fight. They can be defeated.
I care little for their squabbles, Wanderer. I have a higher purpose. To uphold the Great Pact, and defend this tower from any who would violate it, lest they bring damnation and death upon us all.
So, you'll make me kill you too.
You make that sound as if it'll be an easy task.
Would be an easy task if this man didn't cheat and climb into a giant robot. But alright, fine. Well, I mean, I guess if I just perfect block everything, it doesn't matter, huh? And that man has a clash that is incredibly dangerous because of how much damage it does to you. As you can see, well, actually it was because I didn't parry it. That's the one attack that you can parry from that guy. Right. You know, I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna super at this point. Nice. I mean, at this point, we're pretty close to winning. We've used all my resources, but at the same time, I mean, what's he got? 300 HP, 700 HP. Perfect parry. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow, look at that. We did it. Very nice. you'll find that as you kill these people, oh, poor guy. He's definitely dead. But you end up having to unlock it by ending your current life at least. Oh, he gives you a large key. That's crazy because that's worth like $140,000. Right. Yeah, sure. We'll go to 290 attack. The one attack point at a time might not sound like much, but it really starts to add up. You can tell. All right. And with that, all of them have been unlocked. Whatever could this mean? Well, yeah, you die and then you're an immortal. You resurrect if you ever die. So. And the interesting thing, you'll see it says 2 years later. Typically that doesn't matter too much. But
Worker, I will free you.
what's interesting is that there's gem forging in this game. Hey, look at that. Rebirth 7. There's gem forging in this game. Another shell guy. I'm full on potions. But it takes 30 minutes or longer, but it says 30 minutes or 1 month in game time. It's basically if you complete a route, then you fast forward your gem craft, which I don't think I have. Yep. Okay, and I mean that's basically the game. I'm super excited by this game, and it's been a lot of fun having had access to it again. There's a lot more to this, and I'm going to be covering this game quite a bit. At least I would like to. There's a lot of things about it I'd like to cover. There's a bunch of New Game Plus stuff, and side paths, and alternate game modes, and all that jazz. It's very fun, and I highly recommend trying the game. Anyway, if you enjoyed it, please do leave a like, subscribe. Stay tuned. Hopefully, we can actually get some of this going and, get some recordings done. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Bye.